Thanks for checking out Mornings with Lone Star podcast on irlonestar.com. Don't forget, Mornings with Lone Star is live every weekday on irlonestar.com from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., covering all things Texas country music and Montgomery County news, with weather and traffic at the top and bottom of every hour. You can call in at any time with a song request at 936-647-3776 or Facebook message us on Facebook or tweet us on Twitter. Mornings with Lone Star would like to say a special thank you to the sponsors of Mornings with Lone Star, our neighbors at Conroe Coffee in downtown Conroe, catering by All-Star, Michal B. Young, financial representative with Northwestern Mutual in the Woodlands, and the Texas Renaissance Festival in Magnolia, Texas. Here we go. We're going on. Look, you got people talking. I'm telling people we're going on the air. This is out of control. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. I love that song. That was Merle Haggard with Silver Wings. It is 9:16. Hang out in the studio, meet the candidates, all that good stuff with Nathan Arizotti with Montgomery County Lifestyle. We have Duane Ham in the studio. Did I pronounce that right? Everybody? Yes. All right. So making sure.
Ham. He's so shy.
Ham. Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. Man. All right. That's it. Texas Coalition. Tea Party Coalition. No, Texas Conservative. Man, see, I'm just kidding. TCTPC.org for more information about Duane Ham and the organization. You're the head honcho there? Are you the only?
I am.
Are you the only registered member with the
Absolutely not.
Well, okay, so I'm really happy to have you in here because every time I hear about these kind of organizations, it's such a, I guess I don't know how to put it without being mean.
Go ahead. I'm used to it.
No, I imagine, because like this is something like is basically you guys are a group of people who have certain beliefs when it comes to the political ring, and then when it comes down to the voting times, you endorse people, and you don't just endorse them with just here's a badge you can put on your poster. It's more of like you actually help out with maybe volunteers, with money, with awareness, and all that kind of stuff. Correct? Like what do you guys do when you endorse somebody? Besides just you're not just some all-star athlete saying I like Wheaties.
No, we try to help every candidate that we endorse, and follow their dream of getting elected. But we try to educate the public. We do mail drops. We again try to educate the public of why we endorsed a certain candidate. It's not just that we endorsed them, but there's a reason behind why we endorsed them, and so. We look for honesty and integrity, and those are big things to us. And people that are effective leaders. There's a lot of people running for office that are great people, and everybody running is a great person. I mean, let's think about it. When you decide to stick your hat in the ring, and run for office, you just put yourself out there to be scrutinized and tore down by the general public. And trust me, they love to do it. I'm not even elected, and they love to come after me. But that's okay, as long as we're doing the right thing, and we're helping people with integrity and honesty, and people that are true leaders that can lead people behind a cause that they have, whatever it may be. That's important to us, because you can stand on your morals all day long, but if you can't be effective and rally people around you for the reason, then
their ability to govern, in a sense.
Oh, absolutely,
and to lead, Like
but you have to be a leader.
I know several candidates in different races that I like, I respect, I appreciate, and I think they would do a good job. But you have to break it down, and you have to pick one. And so I look at them, and I see where I feel one stands up a little higher than the rest that might be a better leader than somebody else. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I like that you're saying that and pushing that is not everybody can be the leader, or not everybody would be as good, but that number 2 position would probably do a good job. But man, you got to pick. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, like you said, you don't see my hat in the ring. You don't see me getting out there. Well, look, I got skeletons, brother, and I cannot let them come out. I
don't want to know anything about your skeletons.
All my exes live in Texas, and until I move to Iowa,
Now, it's fun to have someone like you and Duane, because this is something that's, like I said, always interested me. And the TCTPC, I kind of want to know what you guys do year round. Are y'all one of those rogue kind of people that y'all meet in the basement and hum a lot? And
well, a lot of people think we do that. I spend quite a bit of time when sessions in. I spend some time in Austin. I spend some time in Washington. I'm pretty active. as far as that goes. And we're working with the politicians that are elected here and seeing what they need and where the needs are and what we can do to help them. I need to mention this without a doubt. If when the Texas Conservative Tea Party endorses somebody, we're endorsing them to go do a job. So we absolutely are not going in and telling them how to do their job. When there's groups out there that we endorsed you, you're going to do what we tell you to do. That's not us. The people are elected to work for the people, and that's important to us. It's important that the elected officials that we have today work for the people. They don't work for special interest groups. They work for the people, and I think the people will appreciate that. And I think when people, part of our motto is you do your homework. You decide for yourself who to vote for. Don't give the power of your vote to a stranger. That's important to us. We are not on a power trip. We are about you doing your homework. You decide who to vote for. Of course, we do our vettings, and we do an extensive vetting. And
now, when you say we, do you mean as in because I'm trying to figure out this organization is like anyone can join. It sounds like, right?
Absolutely.
And the way you join is what? Is it a piece of paper I fill out?
You can go to tctpc.org
and just fill out a form, and I'm a member.
And you can become a member of the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition.
Okay. And is this just for Montgomery County, or is this something that's for? Because on the name, I figure it's just Texas.
Yeah.
So
no, it's mainly Montgomery County, but we do some stuff outside of the county.
Okay. Because to me, you have room to grow with this
idea.
Because
Absolutely.
you have ideals, and you literally put them on your website what your ideals are. So I figured this thing isn't just constricted to Montgomery County, especially
Absolutely.
if you're pushing people going for Senate and other bigger spots.
Absolutely,
for
absolutely. But at the end of the day, we're about educating people, the voters, to do their homework. That is a big deal. I think that people miss. They just get a flyer in the mail, and the next thing you know, they're down there voting, and that's great. They get a voter's guide.
Well, I'm just happy they know it's the day to vote. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know when that is. So, which is good. But with this organization, how long have you been around?
Well, we started in 2014.
Okay,
in the primary.
relatively new. That's great.
We are relatively new, and have worked hard for the people. And when we throw events and try to give back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we do is try to community based. And we'll throw different events and invite the general public out there. Some of it's political, some of it's not political, but some of it's just hanging out and getting to visit with people and know people. Our vetting process is kind of different than other organizations. We pull in a lot of outside people when it's time to vet candidates, so it's not just jaded.
Like PIs and stuff? Well,
You don't get Vince Ross the auctioneer involved, do you?
Oh man,
Vince Ross the auctioneer needs to stay auctioneer. He's not one of your vetting people, right?
Well,
No.
So-
Vince and I on a vetting committee would not be good.
No.
as a member,
So to all you candidates, Vince Ross the auctioneer is not involved.
as a member of the TCTPC, I'm involved in this vetting process. If I'm a member,
No.
Are you? I'm a low light kind of guy. Like,
Well, I mean, you could very easily be pulled in. We actually, it's kind of like a jury pool almost. We ask people if they'll be willing to get involved and go through our vetting process as we vet candidates. And so this time might be these 15 people, and the next time may be another 15 people. It's not the Duane Ham show when you go out there and we're vetting people. Our board is there, but we've also bring in outside people. We want to know what the general public thinks. And so there's a long process. This year we've probably got somebody at every forum that's going on. There was a lot at our forum that we held. We've got people going through social media. We've got people reading.
it's a great way to track people.
I mean, we're doing a whole bunch of. There's a whole lot that goes into this. Now, I'm not talking about we're doing background checks. What I'm talking about.
Well, why would you do background checks?
We're seeing.
Sounds like that would be kind of necessary, right?
Well,
Oh, I got a good gotcha question for him later on that. So he's going to start sweating in a minute.
yeah, but we have got.
We don't know who these people are.
Yeah, well, we
They run it for office. We don't know who they are.
That's right, and that's why we ask people to go do their homework. You go check them out. You figure it out.
So I got to put the background check on them?
Well, you just figure out their character. Figure out what they're about. Figure out if they really love Montgomery County and love Texas. being good Texans, being good Americans. I mean, there's people that died for our freedoms to give us the right to be able to go vote, and so let's don't take it lightly. Let's go do our homework. Let's check out our people, and let's go vote for them. And don't get hung up on figure out what they're going to do for the county. Don't get hung up on the small stuff. Let's do the right thing. And there's so many good candidates out there this year. I'm telling you, it's tough this year. And I admire every single person that's running.
Well, my understanding is that you guys had planned on having your endorsements out by Monday or sooner, but you decided because there's such good candidates, and I'm throwing this out there because this is what somebody on the streets told me that's involved.
I think the PI he's disappeared.
Well, that's what I'm understanding is that you guys
he's missing right now.
You guys are having a hard time, and there's a PI that's missing.
Sure.
I mean,
now. Do we need to send out a cadaver dog?
We might.
We may not want to say that because we don't know who's listening.
Well, I heard about
constables.
I heard about Corn Dog the Porn Dog.
Corn Dog the Porn Dog. Brett,
I've heard about him.
We gave Brett
let's put him to
DA
work.
office. Corn Dog the Porn Dog is
That's
coming
great.
to Montgomery County.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have to take a break. We're talking to Duane Ham. He's with the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. When we come back, I'm gonna learn more. Me, Dick, one of the hosts here. I want to learn more about the power these kind of organizations have in the community, especially with voters count, because I have a lot of theories I have about why people don't show up to vote or how to win a vote, because not that many people show up. So we'll be right back here on Mornings with Lone Star, hanging out with Nathan Arizotti with Montgomery County Lifestyle. Check him out on Facebook. Right now, here's Junior Gordon. This song is pretty good. The song's called Afterwife. Hope you enjoy it.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them partners, the financial professionals that can help you tap into strengths you might not even know you have, and guide you where you want to be financially and personally, because no one wins alone. Start building financial security with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Michael Young today. Visit michael.b.young@nm.com. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Imagine a place where you can sip on Italian coffee and have a sandwich, followed by a fabulous, delectable pastry. We invite you to stop by Conroe Coffee to experience old world charm. Conroe Coffee is located next to the historic Creighton Theater in downtown Conroe. We are open 7 days a week. Please check our website for business hours at conroecoffee.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a caffeinated day.
That was Alina K. with Masquerade. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star here at ourlonestar.com. Hanging out in the studio with my buddy Nathan Arizotti.
Hola, senor.
And Duane Ham of the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition.
I'm going to talk like this for a minute, and you decide who
I'm going to turn you off. That's what I'm going to do when you talk like that.
How you doing? I'm part of Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. My name's Duane Ham.
Duane Ham.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny. It is kind of funny, but
what, him or me?
or just his parody. It's still funny.
Just ask Angela Storseth. God, that's a hard name to say fast too. Or
TCT.
Lupe Cuellar. I know how to walk like him as well.
No, you don't. Yeah, that is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Are you crippled?
I don't know. Are you?
I mean,
Man, all right.
I just think that's awesome. But when we're off the air, how that list fell out of your pocket, and we had all the circles around the different names. That's awesome, dude.
it's so wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, do not believe that. I would never let it slide out of my pocket.
Well, we're going to get back into the conversation. We're learning more about, this is called Meet the Candidates, folks. If you're just now joining us here on Lone Star Internet Radio with Mornings with Lone Star, we're going to be interviewing and having topics about the upcoming election coming in March. Every Monday through Friday leading up there. We're going to have candidates on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then special interests or anyone has a loud voice like Duane. He can come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So right now we're with the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. What is the actual – do you have like a DBA or like how does this – you just put a website up like, hey, this is who we are. Deal with it.
No, you've got to file with the state. And so
what are you considered
we're
with the
a PAC.
state? A PAC. So what's a PAC?
Political Action Committee.
Okay. So is this something that, like, it's kind of gray area when it comes to filing taxes and all that kind of stuff?
No, well, there's not really a tax side to it. It's like candidates have to file their reports. We have to file reports, too, of where we spend money and be accountable for every dime we spend, every dime we take in and every dime we spend out. We spend. So
And the main goal of a PAC is what?
to let other people beat up where you get your money from, and no, I'm kidding. It's a political action committee. Is to help get people out to vote and to put good conservative candidates in place. That's what we're about. I mean, even the Democrats have PACs. So, there's a lot of PACs, and there's super PACs on top of that, and it just gets,
Is that like a legitimate term, super PAC?
Oh, absolutely.
Like on a piece of paper, they call themselves a super PAC?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that because they just have more money? Is that why they get the super tag?
Man, you're getting into stuff that's over my head. But it gets, when you get into presidential races, gubernatorial races, those
super PAC.
Yeah, you'll see these super PACs spend money on presidential candidates that the candidate doesn't even know that they're spending.
Well, because by law they're not supposed to be able to talk to each other.
They can't.
Super PAC can go out and do whatever he wants or she wants or that group wants to do.
Interesting. So does that apply for right now for the TCTPC?
Oh, we could. We do not have a super PAC, but yes, we could create a super PAC if we wanted.
Oh, so super PACs aren't allowed to talk, but
super PACs cannot
are allowed to talk.
Yes, PACs can talk. Super PACs cannot talk.
Who comes up with these rules?
Oh, yeah,
and then you got a pack of dogs. Democrats.
Our great legislators, man.
Well, I mean, I feel like there is room for abuse in a system like this, especially when it comes to endorsing candidates and giving so much money. And then, I mean, because you could almost argue that money can win you a spot. Money does buy a lot of things, right? Would you?
Well, I think the maximum you could give, like, I could be wrong on my numbers, but I think the most you could give to a presidential candidate is $5,000 from an individual. And super PACs you can give, tons of money to, but
there's not a cap for super PACs.
No, but you cannot. And don't quote me on any of this.
I'm gonna look this up. Keep
but
talking.
Duane Ham said,
but you cannot. But the super PAC cannot talk to Ted Cruz. Say, I'm going to run an ad for Ted Cruz. They cannot run an ad for Ted Cruz. I mean, they can run an ad for Ted Cruz. I'm sorry, but they cannot talk to Ted Cruz about the ad. So. And sometimes you'll see in these big races, you'll see.
Is that why you see so many negative ads?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Because that's not necessarily the candidate who's opposing him running. It's some super PAC.
Those are a lot of super PAC ads.
And that's great. See, that's one thing, like, people were asking, what would you do if you won the Powerball? And I would just be like, I'm going to run a huge smear campaign against everybody, just everybody. And I know with enough money, and that when we find that PI, I'll put him on the job to go find about Donald Trump. I know that guy has some skeletons.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, you could, like, do some damage. That'd be a lot of fun with $1 billion to screw with people.
You wouldn't even have to go get a PI to find some stuff on Hillary.
That's even better.
Just let the FBI do their job. But that's another story. Let's go back to Montgomery County.
No, I like super PACs. I'm liking this idea. I feel
super
like there's some interesting stuff. But you're a PAC here in Montgomery County, and you are going to be endorsing candidates. Is it you endorse every single one, or is it just like you just pick the ones you like, the positions? I mean,
I don't get to just decide who I like.
No, well, I meant the group. Sorry, the group gets to pick. Do you do every single candidate race, or you just do specific races?
We really try to. We really try to choose wisely. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who we choose. We want the people to do their homework and them decide. Now, yes, we're going to choose. To answer your question, yes, we're going to choose a candidate, but that doesn't mean if we don't choose.
But not for every race.
We're probably going to choose every open race. I'm telling you.
Really?
Oh man, I tell you and I tell you it's tough. We have some great judicial candidates right now. I mean, they are absolutely.
Even the tax assessor.
She's not a judicial.
She's not judicial.
I'm trying to.
But Tammy McRae is a great choice. Now, see, that didn't say Duane said that. I said it.
Absolutely. Okay. And you know what? I'll give you a little hint. All right, we're going to endorse Tammy McRae.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, live on the air, Lone Star, Internet Radio, Montgomery County Lifestyle, Tax Assessor Collector.
It was nice to finally meet her.
Tammy McCray. Give it up.
There you go. I killed his mic. It was finally nice to meet her because, I always send her stuff, and I don't get anything back from her. Yeah. I send her money.
She does me the same way.
And
I just don't understand.
I'm just like, finally I get to meet.
She'll give you a smile and a hug if you ask.
But no, it's
what a great lady though.
Yeah, no, it was actually the creepy thing about it is when I met her, I go, I've heard that name before. And I kind of sat there away from her. I was like, I know this woman, but I don't know the face.
Yeah.
Who is this? Who's Tammy? Who's this? I'm like, oh, I send her something every year.
Yeah.
And
she's feeling some she's doing a great job. She's filling some tough shoes. You know, J.R. Moore was just a staple over there for so long, and did such a great job. And but Tammy stepped in and doing a great job, and we're sure proud of her.
And coming up soon, you're going to be doing like a rollout, like with Tammy. You're going to be announcing your endorsements.
Absolutely.
And, well, one thing I want to interrupt you, but I want to go back because it's so funny to me. I was kind of like, my conspiracy theory is these PACs can really control the vote in in an area like Montgomery County, and that's my theory on voting, because there's not that many people who vote. And if candidates are listening, I'm actually going to ask them this question when they come in here for Meet the Candidates. Is when you look at the county and you look at the voting history, how do you strategically look and get more votes? Because to me, looking at the past 2 to 3 years of voters turnout here, it's almost like the people who vote here in Montgomery County really care, and they're already a part of a group. Mm-hmm. And that's the loose cannons are very small enough to like to sway the vote. So to me, looking at the PACs, looking at all this, it's really important for a candidate because it can help them immensely when it comes to the head count, because it's in the end that's what they really need. They really need their vote. So with you, 2014, did you endorse? I bet you endorsed a lot of people, and there was a lot of things up for grabs in 2014. And that was your first year. Kind of go through that process, how you vetted them, and then the people you chose, and how's that going today? Like, is it something that's helped the TCP? Hold on, let me get this right. TCTPC.
Well, that was kind of a long question, and I'll try to do my no. I'll try to do my best to answer it. But let me just say this: when you know, we're the Texas Conservative Tea Party, and our motto is conservative values with common sense. And so when you start putting that together, you know, you start looking for common sense in people. A lot of times people have great ideas and great but they're not practical. So you've got to be practical in what you're doing. Let me just say this, that, you know, a lot of people associate themselves with Tea Party, and they're looking at at Washington, and you know, they're saying, I'm Tea Party, you know, and they don't have any idea there's several PACs around here, but they have no idea what they stand for. They have no idea, that they don't go down there and see them, so they just wait for the voter's guide to come out, and they say, oh, well, they're Tea Party, they must be conservative. Well, I'm going to ask you to go look at the history of these people and find out that are the candidates that they endorse, are they going to work for the people, or are they going to work for that special interest group? So I caution people to really get hung up on that. That's why we say do your homework, vet your own candidates, go through them, check them out, and make sure they're going to be effective leaders for you and your community. And that's the most important thing. Did I answer your question?
I think he forgot the question.
Well, no, I wanted more. The first year y'all are put together, 2014 was your first year to start endorsing people, because that's when y'all were created. And I was kind of asking, take me back then, and like who y'all endorsed and how did that turn out? And then is it something that, are they still your favorite people? Because
okay,
does that make sense?
That's a good answer. That's a good question. I mean, look, on the local side, you know, we endorsed Charlie Riley.
Good man.
Will Metcalf.
Good friend. Great man.
Craig Doyle for county judge.
Outstanding man. Great judge.
Wayne Mack.
Great guy.
Man, all of his buddies are
They don't pay me. Hey, you can pay me, and I'll keep saying it, though. Hello.
Yeah, Jim Clark.
Oh, dude.
Does that change the value, though?
No. Jim Clark, East County dude. He rocks. Dude.
Why would I want to pay you if it doesn't change the value?
So, you know, we and I'm sure I've left somebody out, but let's, you know.
But they won.
So Craig Doyle for county judge, Charlie Riley, Jimbo Clark, Will Metcalf, and Brandon Creighton when he ran for Senate. So yeah, we're doing fine, and on the state level, we
no disappointments, huh? Not yet.
No disappointments. And we've been lucky. Every one of those people are working for the people, and that's what's important to us.
Okay.
It's not about that we endorsed you and you know, you're beholden to us in any way. Not at all. These people are working for the people, and I'll tell you, our organization, if you're not working for the people and you're not doing for everybody that voted you into office, then we're probably not going to get behind you again. And so far, everybody's working for the people.
Do you send like a threatening letter?
No.
But like,
No.
we're watching you, sir, ma'am. We don't agree with what you're doing.
Well,
and then you'd be like the mean eyes.
No, I kind of go pay him a personal visit.
Okay. Well,
I
don't.
have a listener comment for Duane
Okay.
and Kate.
Oh my goodness. I love her.
She's awesome, dude. I
I
love
love
her.
her.
She gives good hugs, but man,
All right,
if you
let's-
don't do good, she's going to slap you. She wants to know, can you please change your name from the TCPTPC
No, you said it wrong.
TCPT or whatever, because I like you, but I can't say the name. That's what she typed. TCTPTPTCTPT. Please change your name. I like you, but I can't
Well, it's
say
almost
it
like
right.
you just say Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. It's easier to remember that than the
Yeah.
acronym, so
Yeah, it's yeah. You know, it's funny. We've talked about that. We've
those are those big discussions
So
in the
that's
group
when you say
meetings.
thank you, Ann.
yeah. And thank
We've
you.
been we've vetted that process.
Thank God it wasn't Vince Ross, the auctioneer.
I don't know what you're talking about. These great hugs she gives.
Oh, we got to
What
take
are
a
you
break.
talking
We got
about?
to take a break because we
People
want to
she
go on one more
likes.
time before the Cindy Cochran show at 10 o'clock. So we're going to take a quick music break. Here's Josh Grider. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star with Meet the Candidates with Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition, head honcho Duane Ham, and Nathan Arizardi of Montgomery County Lifestyle. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Catering Cody with All-Star Catering Company. We've been catering for Montgomery County since 2005. We are now offering take-home casseroles available for you to pick up Monday through Friday. To learn more, give us a call at 936-228-0440. Send an email to info@cateringbyallstar.com or check us out on Facebook at Catering by All-Star. So come on in and get your dinner tonight and feed your family the simple way with All-Star Catering.
Montgomery County's morning radio show. It is 9:49. Coming up, folks, at 10 o'clock will be the Cindy Cochran show, so stick around. But right now, we are doing the Meet the Candidate segment every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. here on irlonestar.com. We are podcasting every segment, so if you check us out on SoundCloud, YouTube, and also irlonestar.com, you'll be seeing us posting all of the archive versions of these great talks. We're talking to Duane Ham right now with the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition, and of course my co-host for this Meet the Candidate segment is Nathan Arizardi of Montgomery County Lifestyle.
Giddy up.
And he likes a lot of people, folks. He likes a lot of people.
I like the
But,
conservative,
No, I get what you like.
gun-toting,
No, we get
Bible-carrying,
it.
tree-cutting down type of person. You know, and I'm okay if you feel like you have to go back and
I
plant a
like
tree.
I
to
like the
make it
person
up
who can
for
give
it,
me
but
all the kickbacks. That's the person who I'm going to.
We
Y'all
have
are
a
corrupt
we
bunch.
have
I'm
a
out.
tip. We have a tip jar in the studio. Drop by anytime. Thank you.
Because the way you determine like how good these folks are is you go down 105 and you go 105 Cafe or the Toasted Yolk, and you see which one they decide to go to, and that's when you know what kind of person they are.
Really?
So, oh yeah, I don't know if you ever eaten both those places. They're both very good, but there's different types of people that eat at different types of restaurants.
Scientific. Very scientific.
We got Duane Ham in the studio, and we're gonna give him the floor,
Yep.
if you don't mind, because we do have to close up the segment pretty soon. Duane, you go ahead, and I do want to remind people you can catch the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition online at tctpc.org. It's tctpc.org.
Well, I just want to say thank you for being in the studio today. When we get the full list of announcements, you've agreed to come back and make it public and live here. Is that correct?
I have.
We may get some more little juicy tidbits out of you in a minute. Just remember what Vince Ross, the auctioneer, always says. Ann Kate gives great hugs, needs to spend less time cleaning her guns and more time learning how to say TCTPC. So on that note, why in the heck was TCTPC formed?
We were created. I'm still laughing about Ann Kate and the guns. She loves guns. I know you don't, Ann. But anyway, it's fun. But we were created to give some balance back to Montgomery County. We felt like people weren't being told the whole truth, and we wanted to bring an education, more of an education side to things. And we work all the time with the Republican Party, with Dr. Wally over there. We love all the Republican women's groups. Lake Conroe Republican Women, Bentwater Republican Women, Montgomery County Republican women, and now we have Magnolia Republican women over there. And, that they're a big part of getting people involved. We want to get people involved and educated, and that's what's important to us. And asking people to do their homework. And again, I can't say enough. We have a lot of great candidates out there running today, and it's just tough. And I'm sorry, folks that are listening, that we don't have a full list yet to give y'all and release on our endorsements. But just know that we're doing our homework, and that it's and I'm asking the people that are listening to go do their homework as well.
Let me ask you, I heard that your vetting committee, some of the people are like to go along with what Dick said, kind of undercover, so to speak, that your vetting committee may not walk up and go, hey, Mr. Candidate, I want to know what you feel about because I'm on the vetting committee.
I'm surprised he didn't hire a PI.
They just, they're doing a PI job. My understanding, because I kind of picked up this information recently, is that you've got some people that just kind of start up a quick little conversation and just kind of see where it goes.
You bet. And I think part of what we're doing, and it's different this year, and one thing about the us is we're always changing things up. But the candidates are on there in their own environment, and they don't really realize they're being vetted and asked questions, but it's who they are. And so I think we get more than just sending out a letter and asking a bunch of questions. We're asking pertinent questions, and we're watching what they say, and it doesn't mean it's we have to agree with it, but we're asking a lot of questions. We're watching. I mean, there's a lot of questions we don't ask that the general public asks at different forums and different things, and they're doing a great job. They really are, and we just felt like we were going to get more of the real person by doing it this way this year. And so, no, we don't announce who's on our vetting committee, simply because, sometimes people get pretty upset when they don't get their way or they don't get endorsed or something. That doesn't mean they're bad people. Look, there's two people in the congressional race that are great people, and one of them is Kevin Brady, our chairman of Ways and Means, and the other one's Craig McMichaels. I mean, he's been working his tail off. That is a guy that's worked his tail off for, a
couple of years, right?
For a couple of years now.
Former Marine. Passionate. Marine. Oh, my God, is that young man passionate.
All these people are wonderful, but we have to get off the air. I'm sorry.
I look forward to coming back with y'all.
Well, you will, yeah. You're always welcome here, Duane, and we look forward to having you back in here, especially if you got to make any other announcements or you.
Can we get that commitment? Are you going to make the announcement here on our show?
You absolutely have my commitment that we will come in as long as we can talk about.
Oh, here we go.
As long as we can talk about why we endorsed each candidate.
Okay, we'll make that show
I'm
where
okay with that.
We're not going to ask a bunch of questions. You're going to talk.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming in, Nathan. Always a pleasure to see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Who's our guest tomorrow? It is Friday. You know that, right?
Tomorrow is Billy Beavers.
There you go. We got Constable Billy Beavers coming in. And so you need to stick around. Right now, the Cindy Concord show, she's going to have a Democrat, apparently, on her show next. Charlie Cash is going to be in the studio.
Wow.
So we're big dogging it here at Lone Star Internet Radio. And we'll be back. We're going to take a quick music break, and then we'll have the Cindy Concord show at 10 o'clock. Sorry. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back.
Thank you for checking out a podcast on Lone Star Internet Radio. Lone Star Internet Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas. If you are interested in sponsoring a program for Lone Star Internet Radio, just visit us online at irlonestar.com or message us on Facebook. We are always taking song requests on Twitter, and if you are interested in getting involved with the station, by either hosting your own show or if you want to be a DJ, just contact Dick at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Internet Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station.